Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, this is Abraham Walker with Ask A. Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. And this is the evening show. If you don't make it to the end of the show, you can always reach me on my cell phone at 703-539-2053. So let's get into the numbers for today. Before that, this is day 51, video 102. Okay, so let's get into what we did today. We had 2 hours and 22 minutes of phone call prospecting today. We found one nurture lead. For us, a nurture lead is someone that's going to do business with us in the next year, or the opportunity or the possibility of doing business with us in the next year. And this is, we're still making phone calls to old expireds and old withdrawn listings in our target markets at this time. So what else happened today? We were supposed to go to a training class. The training class was canceled at the last minute. So we were able to, and Crystal was with me at the event, or what was supposed to be an event. So we were able to grab lunch, kind of talk business in a quiet location. So that was good. So we could talk about some of our plans. Kind of like a midweek meeting, because typically we have a meeting every Monday, right? So this is on Thursday. So it was still good use of our time. We did have the reason, one of our goals was for today was to get to 4 hours of prospecting on today, and we have a property that's closing on tomorrow that we wanted to make sure that we had some things that I had to do on my end as far as like client, I don't know what you would call it, client management on my end. So that's why we didn't hit our appointment, our contact goals. And just keep in mind, right, that our philosophy is that we have lead generation in the morning, which is mandatory. Then we have lead generation in the afternoon, which depending on if we have an appointment or if we have any type of management that we have to do, is optional, right? We were still able to do some lead generation in the afternoon, which is good. So we want to make sure that we continue to press ourselves to use our downtime wisely, right? Because as an independent business owner, right, as an independent contractor / business owner, there's many times when you are the boss and the employee, and as the boss, you get into this position of, I deserve some time off, right? I deserve some time. I deserve a break. Like, I deserve all this stuff, right? And as the employee, right, the boss look at the employee, you want to make sure that you get your money's worth out of your 8 hours, right? So this is about getting the most out of your 8 hours. Where are we right now? Excellent. So let's get into today's thought. It may be a long one. It's okay though. So today's thought is a conversation I had with my son, AWII, earlier today. Right? So we were talking about speed reading, right? So we have a book in our house that's about speed reading, and I've already taught Abraham some principles as far as with speed reading, where if you use your finger and follow your finger instead of reading with your eyes, you can speed up your reading time instantly, right? So we have the book in our house, right? And one of our philosophies is that the boys don't need us to teach them things. The boys need us to guide them in the right direction, right? So our children need us to guide them in the right direction. So I was talking to Abraham about the speed reading and how it would decrease his time as far as like how many books he can, as far as like how long it would take him to read a particular book, right? So then Abraham gave me this story, right? He gave me the story about how he enjoys reading books slow, well, at his current pace, not slow, at his current pace, and how he doesn't feel that he's going to enjoy it if he reads fast, right? And I'll get to the point how this relates to us. And so I told Abraham, I said, you're telling yourself a story, right? He said, what? I said, well, you're telling yourself a story to support the way you feel about this, about what you're doing right now, so that you don't have to do the work to find out if you like the new alternative or the new life, right? And he was like, what? I said, well, Abraham, think about this. You don't know if you would enjoy books more if you read them quicker. Right? All you know is that you believe that you won't enjoy it, right? Because that's what's happening right now. And you also know for you to actually read faster, right? you'd have to actually put in some work, right? You'd have to actually study the book. You'd have to actually put the principles in place. You'd have to practice, right? You'd have to do all this work, right? Or you could just leave it the way it is, right? And enjoy your life as it is. So then we broke it down. I broke it down to him, right? And this is my 8-year-old, right? So as you can see, life with Abraham is special. So with my 8-year-old, I broke it down to him like this. I said, and he came up with this number. He said it takes me about 2 minutes per page, right? It takes me 2 minutes to read one page, right? And so I said, well, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this speed reading actually allows you to read that same page in 1 minute, right? So you cut your time in half. I said, how does that affect your overall life? And he's like, I don't know. So we broke down the numbers for him, right? And what we found out is that if he read 6 books that were 240 pages apiece, right? 6 books, it would take him 48 hours to read those books. On the other hand, with speed reading, like if we assume that he cuts down his reading time by 50%, he would now be able to read those same books in 24 hours, right? And then I asked him, I said, Abraham, what could you do with an extra day? And he looked at me and he was like, there's all kind of things I could do, right? I said, so let's do this. Let's do another calculation. Let's calculate how long you're going to live, Abraham. How long do you think you'll live? And the reason why I can have this conversation with Abraham, because Abraham has already talked to me about how long he expects to live. He's already talked about his life expectancy, right? And this is an 8-year-old. He talked to me about this when he was 7. So he already believes that he's going to live until he's 96 years old. So we calculated how many days he has, and if he was to live to be 96, right? And so then after we calculated that large number, I think it was like 36,000 or something like that, he said to me, I don't want to waste any of those days. I said, how do you think you're wasting the days? He said, well, if I don't read the speed reading book, and if I don't put those principles in place, then I'll continue reading at this slower pace, which would then cause me to waste those days that I could have been using doing something else, right? Excellent point, Abraham. Excellent point. And I hugged it out. We talked about some other stuff, but this is the thought I want to share with you, right? So right now you're probably doing some things, and also I want to let you know that I'm talking to myself. I just happen to be posting this video live. So right now you're probably doing some things that's causing you to do things, causing you to delay the results that you desire, right? They're causing you to delay the results and cause you to live in this comfortable lifestyle, because this comfortable position, because you do not want to do the work that's required to go to the next step, because you're afraid that next step is going to look different. You're afraid that you may not like it. You're afraid of all these things. The question I asked Abraham when he gave me his story is, how do you prove your point? Like, how do you prove that reading the books quicker will actually take away from your enjoyment? And he gave me this story, right? I said, no, Abraham, you don't know. The only way you can prove it is to do it, right? So right now I want you to think, like, what are you holding yourself back from because you haven't proved it to yourself that you're not going to like it? Or you haven't proved it to yourself that you are going to like it? Or you haven't proved it to yourself that it's going to work? Like, you haven't tested it. Experiment with it, right? So this is my challenge to you. Like think of something that's going to make you uncomfortable. Think of something that's going to push you in a direction to either do things quicker, do things better, do things faster, do things more efficiently. Think about that time that you would save in your life, right? How valuable your time is. And challenge yourself to put the effort or work into learning that new skill. Put the work into learning that new process, right? Put the work in, right? So that's my video for today. Love to hear your thoughts and comments about this principle that we're also teaching our kids, right? And imagine this, like my 8-year-old is having this conversation right now. What if we had those conversations when we were kids? Oh my God. Oh my God. Man, I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine where Abraham is going to be when he's my age. I can't imagine where Theodore is going to be when he's my age, right? I'm so excited for the both of them. So, as always, I'm really appreciative of your future referrals, right? My name is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. So you can send those referrals to me by calling me or texting me. My cell phone number is 703-539-2053. 703-539-2053. You can also shoot me an email to abraham@askawalker.com. That's abraham@askawalker.com. And as always, I'm never too busy for your referrals. And I will see you on tomorrow. Peace.